Welcome back. Welcome back. We are talking credit limits and how I have taken over maybe 3 year period, gone to north of $100,000 if you include the business, close to $200,000 in credit card limits. And so I just want to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way. Um, some things that are hopefully going to get you from where you currently are to where you're going. I am a big proponent of having credit cards, not credit cards for truly personal use. I honestly don't use credit cards for daily lifestyle things. It's more of an emergency plan. I need something last minute, and or as you can start to see, credit cards give you a lot of great financing options, 0% for 18 months, 12 months, 9 months. And so if you have a plan to pay those things off, using those in order to save you some cash flow. But credit cards are something that you do need discipline. And so I'm not going to really get into that kind of discussion today. This is more specifically geared to credit limit increases, how I got myself to over $200,000 in credit card limits when you factor in the personal and the business side. Again, my name is Aaron Davis. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I am looking to break over this 100 subscriber mark here shortly. So if you can help me by hitting the subscribe button down below, that would be greatly appreciated. Credit utilization hacks to get you to 750 credit score. Let's talk about it. If you don't know, the utilization factor in your credit score counts for 30% of your credit score. So if you're trying to raise your credit, it is actually more important to start with payment history. I have made a video on payment history that you can look on my channel and find that one. But if you have good payment history, and in that video you hear me talk about getting to 250 on-time payments. If you have gotten that squared away, now it is time to start focusing on that utilization. Utilization is the next thing that is going to make or break you in your credit score and getting to a good credit score. Utilization is something very basic. It's your outstanding debt, how much money you owe versus all of your credit limits. There's two ways to affect your utilization. You can either increase those credit limits, or you can decrease the amount that you owe by paying things off, or you can do a combination of both and allow that separation to start using a smaller percentage. The goal utilization rate that you want to get to is 9%. You want to be under 10%. Credit Karma gives you a great visual display if you sign up for creditkarma.com, where it'll show you that under 10% is the greenest of greens, and that is going to be the best impact on your credit score. And so you can, again, do that by two ways. At the beginning, when you only have a couple credit cards that are, $100, $500, $1,000, that amount that you could spend on that card is going to be small. 10% of $1,000 is $100. So that means you only have $100. And once you go over $100 in amount owed, that is going to start having a negative impact on your credit score. So the faster that you can increase your credit limits, your utilization will get smaller, and it can allow a little bit more flexibility on your credit card spending. The foundation that I learned and found out, again, if you go back to my payment history video, you'll hear how I opened up a lot of credit cards at the beginning. And what I learned in that process, as you begin to open up multiple lines of credit, multiple credit cards, that whatever your lowest credit card is, that typically sets the stage for all new credit cards coming online. So for instance, you got 3 cards. 4 of them are $5,000, and that 5th one is $2,000. Every card after there is going to somewhat have a credit limit around that lowest credit card. So you really want to grow your credit limits evenly or together so that all of your cards across the board are $5,000, $7,500, $10,000, so that as new cards start coming online for you, as you apply for new credit, those new credit cards will start to have limits similar to whatever that lowest card is. And I just want you to think in the aspect of these credit card companies. When they run your credit report, and they look at all the different credit card companies, unless you already have a credit card with them, they don't know much about you. And so when they run that credit report and they see the different credit cards and they say, this person has, again, 4 credit cards of 5,000 and 1 credit card for 2,000, they're going to say to themselves, we don't know this person just yet, but this person has been doing business with Aaron Davis, and they have only given him $2,000 limit. Let's start around there and let's build our relationship and get a good idea. And so you always want to kind of think of how the credit cards would think of your credit profile. And so that's what I learned in the journey of going from 0 to 20 credit cards at one point, that whatever that lowest credit card limit was, that typically was the viewpoint and the credit limit that I got for any new cards therefore after. The other thing that I learned specifically for American Express and Chase, that they only allow you to get 1 credit increase every 6 months per cards. So at the beginning, I used to have multiple credit cards with Chase as well as American Express, but an issue started to occur, as you can imagine. If I only was able to get 1 credit increase every 6 months and I had 3, 4 credit cards with them, that means I pretty much had to go 2 years, 2 times per year, in order to get all 4 cards to get a credit limit increase. And so again, going back to the point that I just made in the previous statement, I began to leave some credit cards behind because I wasn't allowed to do multiple credit limit increases. And so some of my American Express cards and Chase cards got left with smaller limits because I had so many of those. So the other thing that you'll hear me talk about in that payment history video is that now I only have 2 cards per company. So 2 cards with Discover, 2 cards with B of A, Chase, Citi, American Express, and down the line, because I never want 1 credit card to get left behind. The other thing, though, which is good and saved me a little bit, is that even though they only allow you to do 1 credit limit per card every 6 months, or I shouldn't say per card, it's 1 credit limit per social every 6 months, is that they do allow you to transfer your credit limit. So let me give you another example. With Chase now, I have the Sapphire card and I have the Chase Freedom card. My Sapphire card has a higher limit, somewhere around $20,000. My Freedom card only, and when I first started the process, came in with a credit limit of $8,000. I would always get the credit limit increase on the Sapphire card because it had the higher limit. I therefore then would transfer that limit over to the Chase Freedom card, allowing me to try to get the most increase per that request, and then moving that over to the lowest card in order to continue to increase my lowest credit card limit. So that is a little secret that they don't share with you unless you kind of know the system. So again, if you have multiple cards, credit cards, again, I personally only know of Chase and American Express to do that. With the other ones, Discover, Citi, B of A, they don't also have this rule, though, where you can do multiple credit limit requests for multiple cards within a given year, which is why I believe they don't have that same rule. But at Chase and American Express, you can move that limit around in order to help you grow your overall credit limits across all of your cards. This was a quick one. It was pretty straightforward, but this is utilization, and these were the main tips that I used in order to grow my utilization and my credit limits to just shy under $200,000 across all of my credit cards. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for this video, give me a thumbs up, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much.